Goal of the Bears, Jackson Bursley. Making the score bet, Weston 1, Hamilton Olympic 0. Replacement of the Bears team, number 20 Jay Snedden has been replaced by number 40 Jack Pendell. Half-time in the under-20s fixture sees Weston 1, Hamilton Olympic 0. Just a reminder as well, folks, anyone who would like to join the Bears Supporters Club, as you pop down and see Dave Stoker down at the beer shed. He has applications down there. He's got some good deals running. If you want to be a Bears Supporters Club member.
Nah, that Q, yeah.
Goal of the Bears, Sam Camper, making the score Weston 2, Hamilton Olympic 0. Goal to Hamilton, number 30, try race. Making the score Weston Bears 2, Hamilton Olympic 1. Final score in the U20s match tonight sees Weston run out winners 2-1 over Hamilton Olympic.
Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Check 1, 2. Oh, actually, I'm not really coming through, am I? Are you?
Well, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't really hear myself.
You can't hear yourself?
Hang on 1 sec.
You're probably a bit quieter than I am. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rockwell Automation Park here at Weston. It's Friday night football action live on Bar TV Sports. My name's Dan McCamley. I'm joined in commentary tonight by my slightly better-looking younger brother, Tim McCamley. Welcome, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Lovely night here. The temperature's cooled down. The pitch is looking good for the second game of the round.
Yeah, speaking of first game of the round, Tim, we had the Jets youth defeat Charlestown last night 3-1 in the opening fixture of this season in a pretty comprehensive victory.
Yeah, look, 3-1. They've put their right foot forward, and look, both these teams will be looking to grab the 3 points here as well tonight.
We've got Weston taking on Hamilton Olympic here tonight. The Western Bears in black and white, Hamilton Olympic in blue. They'll be running left to right on your screen. We've had kickoff here at Rockwell Automation Park. It'll be Hamilton Olympic with first use of possession. Might quickly run through their team. We've got Tyler Warren in goals. In the 2, we have Kyle Hodges and captain. 4, Cody Lucas. 5, Marcus Duncan. 6, Reese Pappas. 7, Jared Sutherland. 8, Jake McGuinness. 10, Reese Cooper. 11, Scott Pettit. 15, Ren Fukumoto. And 16, Shinichi Kawachi. On the bench, they have Jed Horney. 12, Tom Stewart, 13, Ryan Smith, 17, Jez Murray, and 19, Beau McDonald, as we see Weston get us back underway here from the dead ball restart. Ball's played long. Hamilton win the header, but Weston pick up the scrap, so they'll have an opportunity to go on the attack here, and they win a throw-in on the far right touchline.
Geez, Dan, we watched both these teams play last year. There's been a high turnover of players for both squads here.
Yeah, plenty of new signings for both teams. Weston putting out a very young-looking first-grade team tonight. They've got a new coach in Q Yalians. He played last year for Weston. He's taken the boots off, though, and spoke to him earlier. Said he's really enjoying the coaching, so looking to play a completely different style from last year, Weston, and they'll be looking to move up the table. They finished 9th last season on 20 points.
I know they've pinned their hopes on the Dutch import, Jason Xingfu, Dan. They've got a lot of high hopes for this young man.
We'll see a couple of tough challenges in the middle of the park, and Hamilton break down the right-hand side. And a nice sliding tackle to come across in cover, but it'll be a corner to Hamilton. Scott Pettit looked like he might have got him behind there, but a nice sliding tackle. Zach Snedden coming across.
As the tall timber strides forward to the box.
The ball comes in. It's a decent ball. It's well cleared by Weston. Can't clear their lines fully, though, and it comes back out to Pettit, the corner taker. He'll be stopped in his tracks down here on the left touchline. Does well to win it back, and he just can't get to the ball first. Good covering defence there from Weston, who've been under the pump for the last minute or so. That ball finds touch. Yeah, Hamilton throw on the right touch line to find feet. They do get him behind. Some tricky footwork there, and looks to have either been a foul or a corner, and the referee's given a goal kick. So Hamilton breathed a bit of a sigh of relief there. That was Jared Sutherland showing some nifty footwork.
Yeah, he looked to be very positive there. He's got fleet-footed, the young man, and I'm sure he'll be causing that left back of Weston a lot of troubles later in the night.
We'll run through the home team now, the Western Bears. We've got Tristan Esquilant in goals. Number 2, Nathan Morrison, skipper. 3, Robbie Turnbull. 4, Jordan Jackson. 6, Chris Hurley. 8, Liam Wilson. 9, Jason Jinfu. 10, Regan Lundy. As we see, no foul there for Weston, so the ball will roll out for a goal kick. Caleb Cox is in the 11. The 12 is Cooper Buswell, and 16, Zach Snedden. On the bench, we've got number 1, Scott Carter, 14, Jack Burston, 15, Beau Wilkins, 19, Sam Camper, and 25, Jack Camper. So that one goes long, and it'll just run straight through to the goalkeeper. Weston get us back underway at the feet of the left back here. Hamilton take over, ball into the box, dangerous ball, a tackle from behind. It'll be a goal kick.
Geez, I think they've got away with one there, Weston. That was a strong challenge from behind there in the box. Scott Pettit didn't look very happy with that challenge.
Well, he looked like he got there first, Pettit, and the referee thinks he did because it's been given a goal kick. So, as you said, Tim, maybe got away with one there, Weston, early on. Escalante will look to play it short out from the back. Jordan Jackson on the ball now. He goes long. And they'll get the bounce of the ball here, Weston. That's Lundy on the ball. He's found support on the outside in the 6. That's Hurley. Ball into the box wasn't a good one, and Hamilton can look to counter here. Slipped one, slipped two, and a strong challenge in the middle of the park.
Might have been a hint of a head clash there, Dan. He doesn't look to be doing too well at the moment.
The referee's happy to let it play on. That was Jared Sutherland trying to hold the ball up there. The ball, they try to switch the ball out to the left, Weston, and it's just overhit, so it'll be a throw into Hamilton. Fukumoto, right back. Happy to go backwards this time. That's Marcus Duncan. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a stoppage in play here, Tim, as you said. Maybe a little head knock for Sutherland.
This break will be good for both teams. I think it'll settle the nerves a little bit. They both look a bit edgy, both teams, and start stringing a few more passes together.
Yeah, first game of the season, that can happen. Fast and furious for those opening minutes. So a little break in play here with Sutherland getting some attention. We might touch on the under-20 score, Tim. Weston holding on for a 2-1 victory in that one over Hamilton, and Hamilton probably deserves something out of the game. They were outstanding in the second half.
Well, if you got a half a point for hitting the post, I think Hamilton would have finished way in front, and they hit the post 4 times. They missed some chances, so I think they'll be doing a bit of shooting practice training this week.
And the Western 20s get off to a winning start in 2019. Both these first-grade teams will be looking for that same fast start. The slow start last year probably cost Hamilton a semi-final berth. They missed out on the finals by the solitary point, and they had a horrid start to the season, and they were probably the form team of the competition towards the end of the year.
Yeah, we watched them a few times late in the season last year, and geez, they turned it on. They knocked the ball around well, and they just needed to dink that little ball over the top, and they were in on goals plenty of times.
See the ball given back to Hamilton. Hodges on the ball out there over on the left-hand side of the field. It's Cooper in possession there. Happy to play triangles here, Hamilton. Although Weston pushing up and pressing, they can turn it over, and they have done. They're on the attack here, Weston. They pick it up in a good area. Some nice footwork. The shot on goal, the save. It's been spilled, and it's a goal to Weston. What a start for the Bears. And it's Liam Wilson, the barber. He's trying to establish himself in this competition, Liam Wilson. He's already established himself as one of the best barbers on the Central Coast. And he'll establish himself as a fan favourite here at Weston if he continues to bob up and score goals. 1-0, Tim.
Yeah, geez, Q Yarland to be happy there. They pressed hard, they set their traps, and they pinched the ball back, and within 2 passes they were in on goal and scored a pretty good goal.
That's right. They almost invited Hamilton to play it out of the back there, and it was great pressing from the Dutchman, Jin Fu. He won it back, got his shot off, the keeper couldn't handle it, and Wilson was Johnny on the spot to put it away, and 1-0 the Bears lead. It's Wilson on the ball again.
They look to settle the nerves here. Geez, we talked about player turnover, Dan. Hamilton have lost some decent quality in Leo Bertos and Stuart McSharlake. They're big holes to fill this year.
Golden Bears, number 8, Liam Wilson.
We see the Bears now spread it wide to Lundy. Lundy's in behind now. He's got one to beat. He goes the early cross. Not a lot of support in the box, though. Hamilton can clear, and clear foul there in the middle of the park. That's Caleb Cox grabbing 2 handfuls of shirt.
Nice experience foul there, Dan. Break up the play, get everyone behind the ball, and they'll set their traps again and look to pinch it.
Well, he didn't have much of an option, Cox, as he'd been beaten. All ends up as we see Fukumoto now, ball into the box, and it's cleared by Weston, and it falls to Jin Fu now, and he's got space to run. He gets his head up. He finds the 12 in Cooper Buswell out here on the left-hand side. And he's happy to just put a foot on it and recycle possession. So Western Bears leading 1-0 at the moment. Just happy to hold on to possession. Nice switch of play there, back out to Buswell. He's found Jin Fu in behind, although the covering defence is there. Western have won it back though. That'll be a throw-in on the left-hand touchline to Weston. Looking for an option. Wilson comes short, but not interested in that one. Go a bit longer to Wilson this time, and Hamilton come down with the scraps. Fukumoto now looking to clear his lines. Can only find touch though. Another throw into Weston down on this left-hand touchline.
They haven't really settled in the game, Dan, Hamilton.
No, they haven't, and that opening goal would have been a bit of a shell shock for them. So we see them pick up the ball now. Sutherland, they go out wide now, back into Sutherland. He's been on the ball often in this opening 10 minutes. Morris now looking to go forward with the ball, and Weston just sitting off now, so they're picking and choosing their times to press, Weston.
Yeah, they looked a well-drilled outfit, Dan. A lot more disciplined than last year.
As we see Hamilton now find some space on their right touchline through Fukumoto. McGuinness now back to Fukumoto into the box shot. It's blocked. It'll be a corner. That's a bit better from Hamilton Olympic. Zach Snedden coming across with the block. He actually was at Valentine last year, but he's come back to the Western Bears, club that he formerly played for. Good pick up for the Bears. We see the cross come in. Keeper just punches that one away. It's fallen to the back post here. The shot's on. It's been blocked. And it'll be a foul. Kawachi out there on the left-hand side looking to get a shot away.
The two Japanese imports this year, Dan, for Hamilton. What do you think of them so far?
Yeah, Fukumoto's been on the ball a little bit out here on the right back position. They've picked them up from the Japanese university system, so might take a bit of time to settle in. We see McGuinness now on the ball. Chance to get his head up, and he'd want that one again. And it gives Jin Fu a chance to get in behind now. Fukumoto trying to make up ground. Jin Fu almost to the byline now. He gets into the box. Big wraps on the Dutchman. The cross to the back post has been punched by the keeper. Warren did well there to get a hand to it, get it out of danger, and we see Sutherland now breaking over halfway. So end-to-end stuff here, and that one is just sprayed out over the touchline by Sutherland.
He looks dangerous, Jin Fu, Dan.
Yeah, there's been a bit of talk about him this pre-season. Our first chance to look at him here live tonight, and he hasn't disappointed so far. You see McGuinness now able to pick up possession in the middle of the park, and Hamilton happy to just put a foot on it. Duncan goes back to his skipper, Hodges. Back to McGuinness. Oh, poor touch from McGuinness, and Bears pounce. McGuinness does just enough to recover.
Sleep at the wheel there, Hamilton. They look like they're going to get themselves into trouble if they keep trying to play out like that.
Back to McGuinness now in the centre of the park. He finds Sutherland down on that far left wing, but they can't beat the Western defence, although Sutherland comes again and does well to win it back, and he's found a bit of space here, Sutherland. Chance to shoot. He does shoot. Oh, and just wide from Sutherland. That did not miss by much, Tim.
Oh, geez, that drop of the shoulder, and he pulled the trigger on that shot. That would have been one of the goals of the season, contenders for the goal of the season pretty early on.
Looked like he turned it over in the middle of the park. It was Caleb Cox who looked like he'd won the ball, and Sutherland doggedly wins it back and pulls the trigger, and it's 4 centimetres wide of that upright. First shot in anger there for Hamilton Olympic. We see a nice little diving header there from the defender. You'd be proud of that one.
Yeah, you don't really see them as a defender. You usually see them in the box, not really defending.
Cox to get us back underway. 1-0 here. Rockwell Automation Park at Weston. The opening round of the NPL. We see McGuinness now with the ball over the top, but that one's going to be just a bit too long. Kawachi out there chasing that one down.
They were good at that last year, Dan. Hamilton, that little dink over the top, caught a lot of teams on their heels and scored a lot of goals from that.
You see Hamilton win it back in the middle of the park. The ball put through by McGuinness, can't find the man, and it looked like a little bit of a chip and chase there on Friday Night Football by Cooper. Just a little bit too much on it. Comes out to Jackson now, plays it to Jin Fu. That's probably his first bad touch of the night, Jin Fu. Just underhit that one, but Hamilton will have a throw in here on this near touch line. Duncan goes across to Hodges. He can stride into a bit of space, the skipper. Drops it off to Sutherland. Other than that first couple of minutes, Tim, I haven't seen much of Scott Pettit so far for Hamilton.
No, he's been bunkered down here on the right and they've defended him well.
So we see Buswell now, chance to get into the box, and it's well cut out in defence there. Duncan did well to intercept that pass. Weston win it back on this near touch line. Cox now under pressure from McGuinness, gets a little nudge in the back, and the referee did see that one, allowing play to continue. Maybe a little bit of frustration there from McGuinness.
Yeah, nice little centre midfielder's challenge there.
He's Snedden now on the ball. He's going to look to go long to Jin Fu. It's a good ball from Snedden, just a touch over hit, and Jin Fu was offside anyway, so Hamilton to restart us here after the offside.
I've been very impressed with Jared Sutherland, Dan. He looks pretty good in the middle of the park for Hamilton.
Yeah, he's been on the ball often. A few good touches and a decent effort on goal too, so I'll be looking to get him on the ball a little bit more. You see Cooper now drop into a nice space, and they've found the extra man on the overlap. Chance to cross into the box here for Hamilton. Comes to Pettit, and a good challenge there from the Western defence. Ball will stay in play through Cooper. Cooper now with the ball in, and well taken on the bounce there by the keeper.
Starting to have their moments here, Hamilton, clawing their way back into the game.
If you're just joining us on Bar TV Sports, coming to you live from Rockwell Automation Park. The scoreline reads Western Bears 1, Hamilton Olympic 0. An early goal to Liam Wilson, one of the new signings for Western Bears. So we see them go on the attack again. A nice ball from Buswell there. Then he's onside over on that far side. Ball in, and well dealt with by the goalkeeper. Tyler Warren down well. Had to hold that one, Tim.
Yeah, look, he's learned from his mistake earlier in the game. But yeah, look, that was a great little play from Weston there, the little 1-2 around the box, and they found the man in behind, and I'm sure if they have plenty more of those cutbacks through the game, they'll score a few goals.
Here's the danger man for Hamilton in Pettit. McGuinness will win possession. He'll win the free kick as well, so wasn't for the first challenge, I don't think, Tim, but Jackson, had a handful of the shirt on the way up.
Yeah, well, he's probably done the right thing there, because if he gets up, he's nearly in on goal, so it's a nice foul to give away from the Western defender there.
A really good opportunity here for Hamilton to get this ball into the mixer. Got the skipper going forward. A few of the big boys up from the back. It's Pettit to deliver. It's to the far post. Have they kept it in? It'll be play on by the looks of things. Looked like it might have gone too far, but Hamilton did well to keep it in, and they're on the attack again here. Stepping inside one. McGuinness with a nice little touch to recycle possession. Comes out to the right hand side. The ball's in, and it's not the best of balls, and it'll be a goal kick to Weston, who weather that storm. Make sure if you're tuning in on Bar TV, either on Facebook or on Twitter, let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. Drop your comments in the comments section and we'll give you a bit of a shout out as well. See Weston go long from the goal kick and an uncontested header there. Gets Pettit back on the ball. Sutherland now. He's got Kawachi outside him. The shot on goal. Not a bad effort first time. Don't think anybody was really expecting that.
Trent Sutherland looking dangerous there again, Dan. Geez, he's racked up some tally and skidding players. Or Jared Sutherland, sorry.
Be Esquilant to get us back underway. There you go, short from the goal kick. Morris, cool as a cucumber. They play it out and that ball's overhit, so it'll run through to Warren. He gets us back underway quickly through Duncan on this right-hand side, the big centre half. Fu gets a toe to that one. It goes out for a throw-in, so it'll be Fukumoto to take it. There's Reece Pappas, the six. We haven't called his name much tonight, Tim.
No, he's that deep-lying midfielder, but he had a nice little silky touch on the outside of the box, a little backheel not long ago, and he looks to have a bit of quality.
And Buswell can put him under pressure here, and Warren has to just clear his lines. That one hasn't been taken in the crowd. Might have caught somebody unawares on their phone there. Be a throw-in to the Bears. They lead 1-0 here just after 21 minutes. So a good start for the Bears at home. It's all important, Timo, home form. You want to get off to winning ways, especially at home, and you want your home ground to be a bit of a fortress, don't you?
Yeah, well, look, if Weston want to climb the ladder like they intend to this year, the main thing would be not dropping points at home. So the main goal would be 3 points every home game and try and pick up points away through the season.
Good challenge by Kawachi, and they've released Pettit. And Esquilant is up to it. Jin Fu brings it down, but Fukumoto wins possession. We've got to play it down. It looks like it might be Caleb Cox.
He looks to be in a bit of trouble here, Dan.
Well, it was a crunching tackle from Shinichi Kawachi. It was one that had to be made, though. Cox was lining up to pull the trigger. Caleb Cox looks in a little bit of discomfort out there as he's being attended to by the trainer.
Yeah, it looks to be on high on the ankle or maybe the shin.
We touched on it earlier, Tim. Both teams having a fair bit of turnover from last year to this year. You take the Western Bears, for example. 7 new recruits joining the team from last season. Robbie Turnbull over from Adamstown. Scott Carter, former keeper of the year, came over from Valentine. Same with Zach Snedden as well. He returns to the club after spending some time with Valentine. Caleb Cox from the Jets youth. Liam Wilson from the Mariners youth system down on the Central Coast. And Sam Camper and Jack Camper from Dandenong. So far and wide they've come for the Western Bears this season. They seem to be gelling all right to start.
Yeah, you talked about being a youthful team, Dan. That doesn't look like to be a guy over the age of 28 out there for Western at the moment. So they're a very useful team, and they've got young legs to run around the park, and they look to take advantage of that.
And if there is somebody over 28, he doesn't look 28. So we see Caleb Cox needing assistance from the field, so that's not a good sign for the young fellow. Hope everything is all right with him.
Hats off to Kyle Hodges here too, carrying the opposition player off. That's great sportsmanship.
Yeah, it is. It's good to see from the skipper. I dare say that'll force Weston into a change here. We get a look at the replay here, Tim, and this is the goal earlier. We see Jin Fu with the shot, and it was parried by Warren, but not out of danger. And there's Liam Miller with the finish. Liam Wilson, sorry. See Jack Burston come on to the field for Caleb Cox.
The leading goal scorer for Weston last year, Dan. I'm sure he wouldn't have been too pleased at being on the bench, but he gets his chance here early in the game.
Well, that probably tells you how much they've strengthened in the off-season. An early change there for Q Yellians. Had Caleb Cox leave the field of play and replaced by Jack Burston, number 14. And he goes straight up top and looking to press early, and his teammates have just pulled the reins on him a bit there. There might be a chance here. Although they coolly play it back to Warren this time around. Warren to Duncan. Back to the keeper, so high press not working that time. Cody Lucas out there on the left touchline. He can't keep the ball in play, so it'll be a Weston throw. We've got over 25 minutes of play here at Rockwell Automation Park. Western Bears 1, lead Hamilton Olympic 0.
Few chances for both teams, Dan. Western have put theirs away, and Hamilton have had a few more chances than Western, but they just haven't been able to find the back of the net.
You see them go long through Pappas. And unfortunately for Pappas, it was a good ball, but Kawachi just straight offside, so a decent ball from that holding midfielder. The Esquilante to get us back underway. Turned over there by Weston. It'll be Hamilton pick it up just near midfield, although they can't keep possession either, so neither team able to really hold on to the ball for an extended period. See Morris go all the way back to Esquilante. Cool as you like from the keeper. They go square to Snedden now. Now they can make their way up the pitch here, Weston. Oh, a little push in the back. It's been seen by the ref. Good call there from the referee. Obvious push in the back there from the substitute, Burston.
Lucky to avoid a yellow card there too, Dan, kicking the ball away. I think he would have just liked to have that as a little tester, that little shot, but it was, geez, it was late.
Olympic get us back underway. They find some space out on this left touch line. That'll be Lucas out there. Cuts it back to Kawachi, who can't hold on to the ball, and now Weston with a chance to break quickly. Jin Fu's picked up a good position out here on their left touch line. Got Buswell overlapping. He finds him now on the left-hand side of the pitch. Buswell happy to just stop and prop. He'll come back and recycle possession. And Weston can't keep the ball in play, so it'll be a throw into Hamilton. Deep inside their own half. Pappas now on the ball. Goes back to his skipper. Hodges with a chance to stride forward. Finds Lucas. Sutherland does his man brilliantly. He's in behind here. Sutherland chance to get his head up. He's into the box. The covering defence comes from Wilson. And the goal scorer at one end may have just saved his team a goal down the other. It'll be a corner, but a good challenge there from the number 8.
Yeah, we said it time and time again tonight, Dan. Jared Sutherland, he looks good. That drop of the shoulder, I don't think anyone's hasn't fallen for it tonight, and surely won't be the last time that he succeeds with that.
Yeah, Hamilton corner as we move into the 30-minute mark of this game. Comes out the back to Cooper. Cooper to the far post, and a little bit wasteful there from Cooper. It'll be a goal kick to Weston.
as the 8:15 freight train rolls past Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely scenery here at the ground.
Oh, it's good for the sound effects for Bar TV too. Decent win of the header there from Buswell, and it comes to Burson, who finds Jin Fu now. Jin Fu up against Fukumoto. Cuts inside, shoots. Good save by Warren. Falls to the... Looked like it might have been Burston. That's twice now Warren hasn't been able to hold his shots, and nearly made to pay for it again there by Burston. And the quick release here. Oh, Kawachi just offside. Looks like he shifted over to the right-hand side, Tim. He might be just drifting around, I think, Kawachi.
Yeah, geez, he's had a few offsides already. He could be the new Archie Thompson of Australian soccer.
Oh, I'm not willing to give him that name after 30 minutes of football in the country, but we'll put a note in that one. We see Fukumoto now trying to intercept and can't. A little bit scrappy here. Strong challenge from Buswell. McGuinness dives in, and he's going to receive a yellow ticket for that one, McGuinness. Ball just got away from him after that strong challenge with Buswell. And that lunging tackle will earn him a yellow card.
Could count himself a little lucky there, 2 feet off the ground, and yeah, it didn't look pretty on the replay.
Walking the proverbial tightrope for the rest of the game, McGuinness. You see Esquilant now, happy to give the ball to Snedden. Snedden looking for options. He's found Jin Fu out here on the left. It looks like Jin Fu might have drifted out to the left as well, Tim, with the introduction of Burston, sorry. That's an agricultural challenge, to say the least, from Burston. Only been on the pitch for 5 minutes.
If anything, he's shown that he can press at a higher tempo, Burston, and he looks to be a handful for the Hamilton Olympic Centre defenders for the rest of the game.
Well, the free kick was taken quickly by Hamilton, and it was sprayed out to the left-hand side, but nobody on the end of it. It just trickles out for a throw into Weston. He's probably lucky to escape a caution there, Burston. We see Hamilton now. Fukumoto looking to clean up the scraps. He's underhit his back pass. Great save by Warren. That should have and probably could have been 2-0. Fukumoto just undersold the back pass, and Warren was alert to the danger.
Geez, they missed a golden opportunity there to go 2-0 up and look the goods for the rest of the game there, Weston.
Well, he did well, Warren, in the sense that the pass was underhit. He didn't stay at home. He didn't stay in the blocks. He came screaming out and put Hurley under pressure. All Hurley could see was a bright red shirt in front of him. They get away with one there, Hamilton, as we see McGuinness now on the ball. There's an opportunity down here on the right-hand side. It finds Fukumoto. Ball into the box, along the ground. It's cleared by Weston. Back out to McGuinness. Ball to the far post. Pettit's there. He can't keep it in. Looked like he was trying to nod that one back across goals and just couldn't elevate high enough there, Pettit.
They'll be stewing on that chance there, Weston. Hopefully they don't go to sleep and concede before half-time, but they'll be coming with chances again, Hamilton.
Play gets back underway. It's a nice little ball into feet. A good touch by Burston, but well read by the Hamilton defence. Comes to Cooper now. He's finding some pockets of space in there, Cooper. That was another tough challenge as well. Cooper went for the long walk around and then over Snedden there.
Yeah, stamped his authority there. It was a pretty solid challenge in the middle of the park there. Both players looked to assert their dominance, and Cooper's come off better.
See Jin Fu now up against Fukumoto. Jin Fu looking to get in behind. He's managed to keep possession here. There's hands all over Jin Fu. He's done well. He's still going, Jin Fu. Cut back. Oh, and a chance. And the ball is put over the top by Lundy. And all of a sudden in the last 5 minutes, Weston are the ones creating the chances, and they look more likely to get the second here.
Yeah, Kawachi, he's going to be having nightmares of Jin Fu later on tonight. He's causing him a lot of problems.
We see Pettit now in behind. He's offside though. Flag goes up.
They've pinned a lot of hopes, Weston, on Jin Fu, Dan, and they look to be on the money here. Early signs in the season.
Looks a very handy acquisition.
Cuts into the left, to the right. Can use both feet, so he looks very dangerous here out on the left.
And depending how serious that injury is to young Cox, might find himself out there a little bit more, I think. Rogers looking to find Sutherland, who can't control, and now Weston can come away with it. Looks like Lundy out there. Nice little 1-2 with Burston. It'll come out here to Jin Fu, who's got Hurley making a run, and he finds him now. Up against Fukumoto. Looking to get at the Japanese right back. Jin Fu pulls the trigger, and a big air swing. Peels for a free kick. It's going to fall to Burston. Burston with the chip. And another chance goes begging for the Bears. Burston was the right place, right time, and just snatched at that opportunity.
Another golden opportunity there, miss for Weston. They're starting to rack up some good opportunities here, and if Hamilton don't tighten up at the back, I think these chances are going to get made to pay for.
Got around 9 minutes of normal time remaining, plus stoppages. We've had a couple of those in the first half. Might see 1, maybe 2 minutes as the ball's sprayed out to Fukumoto, but he won't get to that one. On the balance of play, Tim, you'd have to say Weston deserve their lead so far.
Yeah, I think Hamilton are pretty lucky too to not be down more than one goal. They've missed some good opportunities, Weston, and I think if they pull the trigger in those golden opportunities, it could be a nice scoreline here tonight for them.
Burston now will pick up possession. He finds Jin Fu. The cavalry's coming across in Hodges. Jin Fu up against the skipper. Some nifty footwork. Cuts inside on his right foot. Chance to shoot. And sprays that one as well. And that's another golden opportunity for the Western Bears. Jin Fu cutting in on to his right foot. And just blazing that one wide.
Poor old Kyle Hodges one-on-one there. He didn't stand much of a chance with his fleet-footedness of Jin Fu.
Tell you what, for anybody watching at home, or maybe any coach, that was well, McGuinness is in trouble. That's Pappas. I thought that might have been McGuinness over there, but that's Pappas. He'll get a yellow ticket for the stud showing. If there's any coaches or players from other teams watching at home, they should be taking notes on Jin Fu because he looks the goods. He
He won the ball there, Dan, but I think he just got booked for the intent. Yeah, he come in with high studs, and unfortunately, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, you can't. Unfortunately, it's true central defender speaking there, Tim. You just can't go into tackles like that anymore. As we see Jin Fu now on the ball, he's up against Fukumoto again. Probably look to double up on him at some point, Hamilton, because whenever he goes up against anybody one-on-one, he gets the better of them. And that's a late challenge from McGuinness.
He's probably got one more foul in him, I think, Dan, and he might be seeing his second yellow ticket.
Jin Fu now on the ball. Comes back into Hurley. Ball's into Burston. It was a good run from Burston. I think he's onside. It'll be play on. Comes back to Lundy. Lundy to Hurley. A good challenge from Sutherland, though. And Robbie Turnbull was all over Scott Pettit there like a cheap suit.
Yeah, the old $99 special from Lowe's.
Kawachi now in behind. Chance. Goal. Simple as that for Hamilton. And after a gluttony of chances for the Western Bears, Hamilton equalise. And it's one of their imports, Shinichi Kawachi, who opens his account for the Olympic.
Geez, it was a nice ball, Dan. And we talked about him getting caught offside a lot this half. He's beaten the offside trap and he's finished well.
And around about 5 minutes out from half time, Q Yallians will be absolutely filthy with that. They've dominated large chunks of this first half, Weston. And then a simple ball over the top has caught them out, caught them cold. And Kawachi with a cool finish between the legs of Esquilant. We see Weston go back on the attack now. Oh, and a desperate challenge there from the skipper, Hodges.
Olympic, number 15.
Burston was sweating on that one.
Chris Hurley's made some nice runs from the centre of midfield, and he's got some joy when he gets past that back four. They've been finding him a lot. If he can keep that up, I'm sure he's going to have a lot of positive impact in this season.
You see Weston take the short corner. Nice ball into the far post. There's a chance off the crossbar. The flag's up for offside though. The flag goes up, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. Great ball into the box from Hurley. It was Burston he's been ever present since he's come onto the park, Tim. He's had a couple of chances and a few agricultural challenges, shall we say.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of the action. Certainly doesn't shy away from a tackle in these defensive duties, so I'm sure he'll get a chance himself.
You see Warren get us back underway. He's happy to go long to Pettit, who is able to bring that down. Some nice footwork there. Comes out to Kawachi, the goal scorer. Some step overs, trying to beat his man. Shoots again, off the post. Kawachi off the post. Comes out to Sutherland.
We talked about one import 5 minutes ago, Dan. The other import for Hamilton, he's sprung to life and he scored a goal and created another opportunity in the space of 5 minutes.
And Esquilant was rooted to the spot. He wasn't saving that one. So chances at both ends here. This game really starting to open up. It's Fukumoto now. He's happy to go back to Warren. Warren goes long up to Pettit. Weston win it back through Hurley, and there's a chance on the right-hand side if they can find Lundy. Lundy one-on-one up against Lucas. Shot! That one's well wide.
Maybe. You heard the gasp from the crowd there, Dan, but it sprayed fairly wide. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in for both teams here late in this first half, because it's certainly become more open. It's good for us viewers to watch, Dan, and I'm sure the coaches wouldn't be happy with how many chances there have been for the opposing teams. We see Warren go long again from the goal kick. Hands all over Pettit, but it'll be play on. Should be a Hamilton throw. Looks like it'll be a Weston throw, so that looked like it came off Jackson last, but Weston will take the throw. It comes out now to Lundy. Lundy with the ball over the top, and a nice defensive header there from Duncan. As we edge closer to half-time, Dan, who do you think would be the happier coach? I think Q Yallians will probably be a bit disappointed having taken the lead so early, and then they certainly had their chances before Hamilton equalised, so probably on the balance of play you'd have to say Pete McGuinness would be the happier of the coaches, the Hamilton Olympic coach. Although he would definitely want an improvement in the second half. See Pappas able to win possession and come out to McGuinness. Now to Fukumoto out on the right touch line. Ball into the box. It's well cleared by Weston, who have a chance to break now.
Lundy out there on the right wing. Turnbull goes to Wilson. It's back out to Turnbull. Hamilton's turn to press up a bit higher and put a bit of pressure on. And that's well played from Morris, and they've managed to hold on to the ball well there, Weston, and now Lundy's in behind and he's got some space, he's got time to put his head up. The cross is straight to Duncan. I think he'd be a little bit disappointed with that, Lundy.
Yeah, I think the coach should be happy there. Hamilton sprung the trap and tried to pinch the ball. They did well to hold on to it, and within 3 or 4 passes, they ended up on the byline, cutting it across for a chance on goal.
We tick down towards half-time. Scoreline reads Western Bears 1, Hamilton Olympic 1. It was Liam Wilson opening the scoring in around about the 8th minute for Western. And then it was Shinichi Kawachi just inside 10 minutes to go in the first half, equalising for Hamilton. That's where we stand at the moment. Both teams with plenty of opportunities to add to their goal tallies.
He's dead set taking a goal kick there down outside of the box. The Western players weren't happy. He's got away with one there.
Looks like Jinfu might have strayed offside there. The flag goes up. It's one of these situations where Hamilton managed to strike Tim, just a simple long ball from a free kick inside their own half. That one was a little less productive.
Yeah, we said it a lot last year with the long ball. A lot of coaches don't like it anymore, but it certainly, if you can knock that ball, certainly has its positive points.
Well, that was a dangerous ball, and Turnbull managed to do just about enough. Comes out to Lundy now. Happy to go back to Turnbull. Hurley now. He's been involved late in this first half, but a good tackle there from the skipper, Hodges. Sutherland now. It's not the first time he's won possession in the middle of the park, and it's played out to McGuinness, who I don't think was aware to it. Wilson now puts his man under pressure. And they've conceded a corner, so a little bit sloppy there from Weston. Wilson just under hit that one to Jackson. Now they'll have a corner to defend late in this first half. Chance for Hamilton to go in 2-1 up. The corner comes in. They climb high. It falls out the back. It looks like Pappas out there. Pappas shoots off the crossbar. They shoot again through Pettit. That one's blocked. McGuinness now. And he can't keep it in. And that'll be half time. So a furious end of this first half.
Chances are plenty in that half of football, Dan.
We saw Liam Wilson open the scoring for the Western Worker Bears after 8 minutes, and Shinichi Kawachi with the equaliser, and then only minutes later he hit the post, and then they've hit the crossbar just before half time. So the scoreline here at Rockwell Automation Park, 1-1. We'll be back for the second half. Apologies for the late start to the commentary in the second half, but the grandstand was absolutely pumping with some boys who were back in town as we see Hamilton on the attack again. And Tim, they've picked up where they left off in that first half.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes, they had certainly a lot of chances, and if they continue like that, I can't see it staying 1-1 for very long.
They equalised, they hit the post and the crossbar with basically the last kick of the first half, so it was an interesting first half. Apologies for the lack of a half-time wrap, but with the music blaring in the grandstands, we struggle with our audio.
It's very entertaining though for the people at the ground. They certainly like blaring their music.
Well, the grandstand was rocking, but the action's back out on the pitch now as the scoreline is still 1-1 here at Rockwell Automation Park. It'll be Weston with a corner here to try and break this deadlock.
I think the most disappointing thing about the second half then is Jing Fu's all the way on the other side of the field. We got a pretty up close and personal look at the import in the first half, and he looked the goods.
He was outstanding in that first half as we see the corner come in. It's only partially cleared by Hamilton. They've managed to keep the ball in play here. Weston, it falls to the shot and just goes over the bar. That might have been Snedden, I think, Tim.
Yeah, the centre-back finished there. I'm sure they would have hoped that chance had fallen to someone else other than a centre-back, but golden opportunity there for Weston, and another near miss for them. They'll be certainly ruining those missed chances.
It was a cagey opening to that first half, and then probably 15-20 minute mark it was Weston who really started to get on top as we see a pretty average challenge there from Turnbull on Sutherland.
He's done well to avoid a yellow card there.
Weston probably dominated from the 15-20 minute mark onwards, and then probably with 10 minutes to go the momentum shifted and it was all Hamilton to finish the half, so both teams having their good patches. And that was an agricultural challenge too. Big play on though.
Seen plenty of challenges fly in tonight. Both teams certainly aren't going to die wondering.
I think the boys are excited to be out there again as we see Sutherland in behind. He's onside, the ball's put in. Not the most convincing of clearances there from Jackson, but it does the job, and that one's a big heave-ho up the park. Burston will come down with it, and that's not the right option there from Burston.
No, he went for the spectacular there and it didn't come off, but he seems to be a confident young lad, so I'm sure that won't... Yeah, I'm stuck for words there, Dan.
Well, we mentioned him earlier, Tim. He was the leading goal scorer from last year. 7 to his name, so he didn't start the match tonight. Probably dare say he would have been a little bit disappointed with that. He's looking to make a mark now as we see a little shirt pull there from Weston. Oh, that's not the best pass. It'll be Hurley who picks it up now. He just didn't get a call there, Hurley, and Sutherland now, he loses out to Wilson, who does well to win it back in the centre of the park. Wilson coming from the Mariners youth setup. He's been kept on side here, Pettit, so a chance to get it, Snedden. Ball goes to the far post. Kawachi cuts it back. It was a decent looking ball from Kawachi, and there's nobody steaming in to finish it off. Weston just turning the ball over a little bit too easily here at the moment. Lucas on the ball.
Yeah, they look to be a little rattled here after the halftime break, Weston. They were very disciplined in defence in the first half, tactically, in their shape, and they look to be a bit frazzled at the moment.
Sutherland looking for a way through the middle there, but it was too congested, and Weston are able to clear their lines, and it looks like they picked up a throw in here on the near side. They play back underway quickly. Comes to Lundy. Lundy with the ball in behind to Burston. Can he get there? That's good goalkeeping from Warren. Warren was off his line quickly there to snuff out any danger, and he might have just caught a trailing boot there from Burston.
Another little half chance there for Weston.
It's a decent ball in behind from Lundy. So we'll get to see the replay here, and a good run off the shoulder there from Burston. But as I said, Warren was out quickly to smother that chance. Getting the thumbs up from the trainer. So it looks like he'll be right to continue.
Very courageous coming out of goal. Certainly doesn't shirk his task when he decides to come down. He comes pretty hard, the goalkeeper.
And that's what you've got to do. He who hesitates is lost. And if you start double guessing yourself and not committing to those challenges, it can easily lead to goals or cards or penalties. So he's making a decision, and so far it's been the right one tonight. So we see Weston with a throw in about 10 metres shy of halfway on this near side. Had over 5 minutes gone in this second half. The scoreline's still 1-1. Here's the danger man for Weston, Jin Fu. Manages to find Buswell, and Buswell puts the ball into a dangerous area. Looks like there might have been a change at half-time.
Yeah, they've moved Marcus Duncan out on the right to try and combat Jing Fu. He certainly gave the right backs a few nightmares. So they've looked to solidify that right back role.
Fukumoto looks like he's made way for half-time break. Very congested here. Jinfu's standing in about 50 metres of space out there on the right-hand side. It won't get out to him though. Kawachi does some defending and is happy to go back to Tyler Warren. Hodges now looks like the man that's been dedicated to start these attacks for Hamilton. He's seen a lot of the ball at the back there, the skipper.
I think the key to their attack, Hamilton, is Papa's getting on the ball as much as possible. He showed glimpses in the first half, and hopefully he can spring to life in the second.
This is round one of NPL action, a massive game on Sunday. It'll be match of the round. It'll be the grand final replay. Tim Edgeworth taking on Broadmeadow. And after the Magic taking out the grand final, Edgeworth will be out for revenge. You see Kawachi.
Edgeworth shooting for 5 minor premierships in a row down the record, so I'm sure they've got a lot to play for, and so the Magic, they'll want to keep their grand final title in line, and it'll be an entertaining game to say the least.
Hamilton just happy to let Weston play out here as we see a half press from them. Ball from Wilson down the line. Lundy wasn't aware to it, so Hamilton picked the ball up in the defensive third, and a nice early ball to McGuinness here, who's one-on-one, and he's managed to beat his man on the inside. Kawachi looked to be played in behind. He's managed to pick the ball up off Snedden. Comes back out. Hamilton now, ball into the box. Pettit gets up, and he directs the header towards goal. It wasn't a bad effort considering he was on the stretch.
He did well there. He was on the back foot and had to stretch far for the ball, and did well just to get it on target.
It was Duncan with the ball in from the right back position. Wilson comes across and manages to keep that in play, but Weston now with a chance. Good turn by Lundy, and that's got to be a yellow ticket, that one. A clear pullback. I don't think he's going to give him one, Tim, but that was a clear yellow card for mine.
He's got away with blue murder there. Usually you see them pulled up straight away for the yellow card. Geez, I've been impressed with Luke Wilson, Dan. He scored that goal in a more advanced role. They had the injury and he's dropped into that deeper role, and he certainly handled that well.
He's a talented young footballer. He's a talented young barber too. Get my hair cut there regularly down at Cartel Barbershop.
I'm sure you're not his poster boy, mate.
No, I'm not. Does a very nice fade though, Luke Wilson, as we see him chase back here in defence. Liam Wilson, sorry. It'll be Jackson now with the ball, looking to move forward for Weston. So a decent switch of play out here to Lundy if he can keep it in. He manages to chase that one down. He's got support here in Turnbull, but decides to go it alone. Turns it over. Hurley with the shot, but the referee had already blown his whistle, and a yellow card for a shot after the whistle.
Because he was quick to pull his yellow card out there, Dan, and he missed the shirt pull earlier. A contentious decision.
I think Burston might have got away with one of those in the first half, and unfortunately for Hurley, he was next man up. We see a long ball here to Pettit, who's going to keep this one in. Ball into the box, and the header, and was nowhere near on target, but some good play there from Hamilton Olympic. It was the goal scorer Kawachi trying to get on the end of that one.
Yeah, nice defending there from the centre back. Good last ditch challenge.
I think it was Snedden getting a boot in there. He's been rock solid tonight. It looks to have been a good pickup for Weston. Esquilant to get us back underway from the goal kick. 1-1 here at Rockwell Automation Park. This opening weekend of fixtures in the NPL. We see Cooper now getting at the defenders. Can he get in behind Cooper? And a last-ditch tackle from the skipper, Nathan Morris. Concedes the corner, but it could have been a bit more. Good strong running from Cooper.
Good advantage from the ref there too. There was a clear foul on the Japanese import, and he played advantage and nearly led to a golden opportunity there for Hamilton.
Might not be a golden opportunity, but this corner certainly presents an opportunity here for Olympic. It'll be Pettit to take. Floats it in, and it's well cleared. Can Jinfu get on the ball? No, he can't. Sutherland does well, and he's probably been Hamilton's best player so far, Sutherland, but commentators curse. And a shot across goal. It'll come out to Kawachi if he can keep it in. He does well. Cuts the ball back along the deck. Pappas now will come across and keep possession. McGuinness. A little flick in field and just relieves a bit of that pressure that they were building. See McGuinness now square it up to Cooper. Cooper with a chance to shoot. He shoots and it's just wide. Decent attempt there from Cooper. It had Esquilant scrambling across goals. I don't think that missed by much, Tim.
No, I don't know what the coach said at half-time, but he certainly gave the team a razzing, and they've come out here a new team here, Hamilton. They certainly look like the most likely team to score a goal, and if they keep with those chances, I'm sure they will.
We see the replay here, and that one's only just gone wide, so good chance for Hamilton. Turnbull couldn't keep that one in play, so it'll be a Hamilton throw in on this near touch line. They find Pettit. Looked to be a handball. Referee says play on. Battling away for it down in that corner. Weston clear. They just haven't been able to get on the ball so far in this second half as McGuinness now keeps possession. It comes out to Duncan. McGuinness again in a promising area. Pappas on the edge of the box. Look for the old toe poke. Weston clear their lines, but it comes straight back here through Sutherland. Sutherland now one-on-one with Turnbull. He gets into the box. Sutherland head up, a little dink. Just didn't get enough elevation on it, and Weston clear. So looks like it'll be a throw-in down there in that corner.
Poor old Robbie Turnbull had concrete in his boots there, Dan. Sutherland's turned him inside out, and unfortunately, it wasn't his greatest cross tonight, but I'm sure if he gets those crosses in, they'll be scoring some goals.
Hamilton having all of the play here at the moment in this second half. Weston have earned themselves a free kick, so a relieving one at that. Hamilton really need to make this pressure pay here at some point, because we saw what happened in the first half, Tim, when Weston were on top and didn't capitalise.
Yeah, look, they must be confident, because for the last 5 minutes they've gone 3-on-3 at the back. They certainly don't need that extra number. They've been that dominant.
We see a change made by Weston. Cooper Buswell coming off and Sam Camper coming on. That's the second change for the Bears. Still 1-1 here at Rockwell Automation Park at Weston. Make sure if you're tuning in on Bar TV to let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. It's the beauty of these live streams, Tim. You can be over the other side of the world and still watch your loved ones playing. So we see Pettit now.
Yeah, with a few imports gracing the league this year, hopefully we reach a few international countries. So good on Bar TV for streaming all the games.
If anybody's tuning in from Japan, let us know. Holland even.
Yeah, with the Dutch coach and a Dutch star left winger.
Burston now on the ball, and his first touch lets him down, and that was a good opportunity for Weston. They just can't hold on to the ball at the moment, the Bears. Pappas on the ball now. Looks for McGuinness, but he overhits that one. It's not the worst place to be turning the ball over, though. 5 metres out from your opposition's goal line.
Those long raking passes have been one of the highlights of his game tonight, Dan, and unfortunately that one just didn't pay off.
As we see Hodges come across to mop up, it's not the best pass from Hodges, and a little bit of a shove in the back there, but I don't think there was anything too much in it. Pappas manages to keep the ball. That's McGuinness out there now. Cuts inside. Stands up, looks to go onto his right foot. Can't fashion an opening, so he has to dump it off to Sutherland. Sutherland now with the ball in. Pettit's there. Pettit. Oh, a gilt-edged chance for Scott Pettit. And you would have put your house on him finishing that one.
Yeah, with the form he was in last year, Dan was scoring some beautiful goals. He's missed a sitter there, and Hamilton keep piling the pressure on, and they just haven't been able to put that one in the back of the net.
It was McGuinness on the edge of the box looking for a way through. He found Sutherland. Sutherland with a ball in, a dangerous ball in. Pettit had got between the defenders, and, well, he's 6 yards out with the keeper to beat and puts it wide.
Jared Sutherland again with a nifty drop of the shoulder and beating his man on the edge of the box.
Cheap turnover there from Turnbull, and it's Cooper now on the attack. Wilson chasing Cooper into the box. A chance here again, and a clumsy challenge from Wilson. It was after the ball had been kicked, and he probably gets away with one there. Jinfu after that one. Oh, and Warren was happy to let it run back into his box, and he made the right call, the keeper.
They might have got away with one there, Weston Den.
Here's a chance for Burston now. He's got a bit of space. He comes up against Hodges. Chance for Burston to get in the box. He chips it to Jinfu. Jinfu with a header. Great save by Warren. Well, there's another one. If you've doubled down and put your house on Jinfu to score that one, Warren's pulled out a top draw save.
He's done everything right there, Jinfu. He's headed the ball down to the near post. Unfortunately, the keeper was just one better and come up with a brilliant save.
And if Scott Pettit was disappointed with his effort down the other end, you'd think Jinfu would be just as disappointed with that one. Both teams with glorious chances to break the deadlock. The corner comes in. Oh, and a A slice clearance there by Lucas.
The highlight reel for half chances, Dan, could go for 30 minutes in this game. Jeez, there's been a lot of chances. Both teams can count themselves unlucky.
See Weston try a bit of a variation and it hasn't paid off, and a really good chance here for Hamilton to break. Turnbull's misread it. There's Kawachi in behind. Kawachi for his double. A great save. Esquilan comes out and smothers the chance. It was almost as if he had too much time, Kawachi. As we see a yellow card to...
It's a penalty.
He's given a penalty for an off-the-ball challenge from Snedden. It was Cooper who went down. It was an off-the-ball challenge. As we see a replay of Kawachi's chance, he probably just took one too many touches. And the ball's fallen out here, and it looked to just be a tangling of legs, and the referee's pointed to the spot. I think that's a little bit harsh on Weston.
Geez, the ball was out for a throw-in nearly down when the time the foul was given, so they can find themselves pretty unlucky there, Weston. And I'm sure the coach won't be happy, but he's still got to put it away, Scott Pettit.
Well, chance to, maybe not redemption, but he'd be filthy on that missed chance about 5 minutes ago. As Pettit moves up, and Pettit, cool as you like, down the middle. Hamilton Olympic lead 2-1. What can only be described as a controversial penalty. Pettit does the job from 12 yards. And Hamilton lead 2-1.
That's a goal to Hamilton. Number 11, Scott Pettit. Making the score Western Bears 1.
There didn't look to be a lot in that one, Tim. As you said, the ball was either out or just about out for a throw-in, and it just looked like they crossed paths. It didn't look like there was anything malicious in it. Cooper went down, and the referee pointed to the spot.
We can't say the goal hasn't been well deserved though, Dan. Geez, they've had some chances, Hamilton. A little bit controversial how they got the goal, but they've had a lot of chances, and 2-1 scoreline probably reads fairly for how the game's gone in the second half.
Yeah, they've certainly been on top early in this second half. Coming up to the 70-minute mark, so plenty of time for Weston to get back into this one as Wilson just undersells that back pass, and Pettit just dribbles that one back to the goalkeeper. Another half chance there for Hamilton Olympic. Early now on the ball, and that one will be cut out by Cooper, but Turnbull will take possession. Lundy now, ball in behind for Burston. A good sliding challenge there from Hodges. Puts the ball out for a throw-in. So come back to Wilson now. Wilson back to Turnbull. Trying to get out of that tight space, and they do so. Comes back to Snedden. Comes to Hurley. Wilson. He's got a bit of time to turn if he wants. Does so. Tries to chip it in. Not a bad idea, but the ball just outruns Jinfu.
Poor old Jinfu, he's catching a cold in his second half out there on the left. He was the star man in the first half, and they just haven't been able to find him in the second half.
Oh, cheap turnover here, and Lundy with the ball. Oh, and it just wouldn't fall to Hurley. We see maybe Pappas down back there. Back to his feet now as Kawachi just comes back to McGuinness. McGuinness now striding forward. He finds Kawachi again. Tries to give it back to McGuinness. Back into the box. McGuinness, little chip ball. Snedden does well to head clear. Now Weston with a chance to clear their lines. Well, it's been charged down by Kawachi, so...
Pappas still looks to be struggling here, Dan. Maybe with a calf complaint. Bit of cramp.
Doesn't look comfortable out there. Weston now look to come up the field, Burston looked for the one-time pass. Probably would have been better off taking a touch there, Burston. Pappas on the ball now, and pulled up a bit gingerly after that pass, Tim.
Yeah, I certainly could see a change coming for him in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
Comes out to Pettit. Pettit cuts inside Turnbull with the shot, Pettit, and was always rising. Be a goal kick to Weston. Looks like he might be struggling with a bit of cramp, Pappas. An entertaining game with plenty of chances for both sides. At the moment, we have Hamilton Olympic leading Western Worker Bears 2-1. Weston opened the scoring in the 8th minute through Liam Wilson. Then it was Shinichi Kawachi with the equaliser about 10 minutes before half-time. And then from the penalty spot, Scott Pettit put Hamilton in front. See a little bit of aerial ping-pong there before it's headed out by Pappas. Hurley with a good turn. Jin Fu now, and he's got support out there in the 19. Camper can't finish. Another great save from Warren. Great chance for Weston to draw level, and we see Hamilton go down the other end now. They found some space out there on the right-hand side of the ball to the far post. It falls to Sutherland. Sutherland with a chance, and Turnbull gets his noggin on that one. End-to-end stuff here.
No surprise for Weston there, Dan. One of their better chances. Jinfu gets involved, and they're near in on goal. He just needs to get a foot on the ball, and they need to get the ball, more ball to him.
He looks like, I know it's from a corner, but he looks like he might have come a little bit more central. So maybe the message has gone out as we see a disappointing corner as it falls to McGuinness now with a shot, and that might have been goal bound if it wasn't for the head of Nathan Morris.
That was Pappas there, Dan, and he's called for a sub immediately. So we could tell he was struggling a couple of minutes ago, and after that rifle of a shot, he looks to be coming off here.
Nathan Morris isn't seeing stars after that one. Cooper now with the ball in. It's a decent ball in, although it's a bit too far for the attackers. It'll be Wilson now who picks it up. Goes to Lundy. The referee looked like he might give that to Hamilton, but he's decided to give it to Weston for the throw. Weston can bring it down now through Camper. Camper comes back to Hurley. Hurley back out to Camper. Jinfu will pick this up on the left touchline with a bit of space in front of him. We haven't seen this often in the second half. Jinfu now comes back to Hurley. He's got Wilson outside him. He goes to Wilson. Manages to keep his feet and possession. He does well. He comes back to Hurley. Hurley now cuts inside and ball into the box. Hamilton managed to clear, and they've got a chance to break here, Hamilton. It's Cooper striding forward. He's run away from his support. He's got a lucky bounce there, Cooper. He's still going. He nearly found Pettit.
Robbie Turnbull's just got a favourable leg in there. Pettit was standing all by himself out there on the left, and a dribble of a pass nearly fell to him.
I think it hit him on the shin pad. It doesn't matter, though. It stopped the ball from getting to Pettit, who was in acres of space. Turnbull can't get to that one either, so we see Pappas down in the middle of the park. It looks like we'll have another substitution here for Hamilton. It'll be the 13 coming on. Ryan Smith will be replacing Reece Pappas, who had a bit of a quiet start to the game, Tim, but he certainly grew into it. It looked like we might be in for a double change here from Hamilton.
Yeah, unfortunately, look, Pappas, the first half, he didn't start that great. Started to find his groove, knocking those long-range passes, and he succumbed to injury here, so hopefully he's all right.
It looks like, or probably my vote for player of the game, Jared Sutherland is coming from the pitch.
Jared Sutherland's been replaced by number 13, Ryan Smith.
Yeah, he certainly offered a lot tonight, Jared Sutherland. The only thing was really missing from his game was a goal, so I'm sure he'll score a few through the year, but he certainly performed well tonight.
19, Bowman is replacing number 6, Reece Pappas.
Ball played in behind here for McDonald. A nice little turn there from Koachi, but and the ball's flicked on and Jinfu just can't get there. Goalkeeper holding his lower leg now. So he looks to be okay. Strong header there from Morris. Wilson might have been able to bring that down, but they managed to get a foot on it now through Morris. And it looks like they've made a concerted effort to try and get Jinfu involved here. A couple of longer balls out to the left-hand side. We see Snedden now. Find some support out there on the left-hand side. Hamilton clean up. Bo McDonald trying to put some pressure on there up top, but Weston deal with it quite comfortably, and Morris gives it to Hurley. Hurley's been impressive in the middle of the park too, Tim.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with him. He's broken the lines a lot. He's run beyond his strikers a lot of times. Made some smart decisions with the ball as well. Good switches of play. So he's certainly a good pickup for them this year, Weston.
Nice ball there from Morris to Burston, and Burston just turned and kicked that one, and they managed to win it back though. Hurley now cleaning up the scraps, comes back to Snedden. That's Sam Camper out there. He's done well to beat his man Camper. Trying to get the cross in. He can't. He manages to keep possession though. Comes back to Hurley in a good position. Ball whipped in from Hurley. A half clearance. They managed to keep it in play, Weston. Lundy now comes back out to Camper off the deflection. Camper with not the best of balls in. Hamilton can clear their lines.
After that breakdown, Weston have got a little foothold in the game. They're starting to create a bit more chances of holding on the ball. So
as we've got the play stopped here. And if it is what I think it's for, Tim, which I think it might be for cramp, that's something that I'm not for.
No, it's a debate at the moment whether the ref should stop the game. Usually the game's only supposed to be stopped for a head injury, Dan. So
by all means, for injuries, yep, stop the play. But if a player goes down with cramp, well, is that just a sign that they haven't put in enough work in the preseason, or I'm not sure. Well, I suppose when goalkeepers can go down with cramp these days, it's a bit of a touchy subject. So
with all the sports science departments going around, I can't see how they don't have enough science to know when they're going to struggle or not. So yeah, look,
another change here for Weston.
Replacement for Bets, number 25 Jack Camper is replacing number 10 Regan Lundy.
So Lundy will come from the field. Regan Lundy had a decent game tonight, Tim.
Yeah, he looked dangerous out on the right. He had a pretty good game, actually. I just think he was a bit overshadowed by the import Jinfu, how good he had, first start he had. So, look, certainly positives for him going through the season.
So we see the ball sprayed wide. That's Sam Camper out here now in a bit of space. Cuts it back to Jinfu. Strong challenge. And the corner's been given. A great tackle from the skipper there, Kyle Hodges, coming across, and
I think the refs made the right call there. It was a good challenge from the centre defender, shoulder to shoulder. He got a toe in the ball as well. So,
well, they arrived at the same time, attacker and defender, and managed to get a toe in there.
Bit of confusion there, Dan. Weston, they didn't know who was taking the corner.
Well, it'll be probably Jack Camper's first kick of the ball here. He'll step up to take this corner. The ball's floated in. It's well taken by Warren. Warren is happy to kick that one out. And now we've got Warren clutching at his toes, trying to stretch out a calf by the looks of things. Well,
geez, he's had a tough game, Dan.
So
he's struggling from cramp. He's had about maybe 12 or 15 kicks of the ball.
Just as I said, goalkeepers can suffer from cramp. It looks as though we might be seeing a case of it right here.
He looks to be copping it from the home crowd here as well. So I think it's pretty well deserved after these theatrics.
Well, from my count, they've made their substitutions as well, Hamilton. So the referee has a decision to make here. He's either got to get Tyler Warren to get on with the game, or he's going to have to come off and somebody else is going to have to go in goals.
Yeah, luckily lottery. I think it's just a little bit of theatrics then. I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
I'm confused how it's ended up with
And he's
Warren.
just kicked the ball 60 metres, so he must be doing all right.
Well, it's a little flick on. Weston have a chance here. That one's just sprayed out into touch, so it'll be a Hamilton throw into the final 10 minutes of normal time. So you're still looking at maybe 13, 14 minutes to go, and with your goalkeeper limping around back there, it's probably not ideal. And play will be brought back for a free kick. Going to go against Beau McDonald. Defensive header there from Hodges. You can only nod it into touch.
It'll be an interesting last 10 minutes here, Dan. Weston will certainly look to push forward and push players forward, and Hamilton have looked dangerous on the counter all night, so it'll make for a good last 10 minutes.
Jinfu with the ball in. Pettit nearly got in the way of his own man. It's been cleared partially here by Hamilton. Hurley now with some nice skill. We get the ball back from the throw-in. Ball into the box. Nearly fell to Weston there. The ball's just been cleared, so that's not the best of headers there from Morris. Chance here for Pettit, and he's brought down by Wilson. You'll get a yellow ticket for that, and he probably had to do that, Wilson.
Yeah, smart foul there. They're outnumbered 3-on-2 at the back, and that's what you want from your defensive midfielder there, those clutch decisions, and he's copped the yellow card, and his whole team's behind the ball now.
Well, there'll be an absolutely no rush to get play back underway here, Hamilton. Trying to keep possession down here on the near touch line. It'll be a throw-in to Hamilton Olympic. They lead 2-1. We're into the final 10 minutes here at Rockwell Automation Park. Nice little defensive header there from Jackson. Kept it away from Pettit, but Pettit's managed to get it back, and a nice little flick forward. Ball into the box. And Kawachi has caught one right in the face there, and he's done well to stay on his feet. McDonald chases down Esquilant.
Another cramp sufferer for Hamilton. Geez, they mustn't be doing very much hard training here, Dan.
Oh, what have they been doing in the pre-season?
Maybe a too salty lunch for the team.
Maybe they stopped in at McDonald's on the way up. Who knows? We see the ball played forward. Jinfu's chasing. The ball will be cleared by Hamilton. It'll fall to Wilson, who does well to keep possession. He opens up the play for Snedden, and I think the referee's just given up on these cramp issues. He's happy to let play continue here. Warren will be asked to put that one out, and he does so, and he's not limping anymore, so that's a good sign for the keeper.
I'd love to see here, Dan, Weston not give the ball back. It'd be a good side. I know it'd roll a few people up, but look, it's a cramp. They've kicked it out.
Really good. Try again, mate. Have another throw.
Kawachi now limping off to the sidelines. Maybe they've saved all their fitness for match fitness. And they're going to get fit by playing games.
Well, it looks like they might give the ball back here, Weston. They haven't.
Well, it is a bit of a grey area in the game. Is cramp and injury? So we see the ball put into the far post, and Warren takes it, and he's been cleaned up afterwards. A good strong take by the goalkeeper. He's back to his feet now. Certainly a foul. Jordan Jackson coming in.
Protected species, the goalkeeper there. Nice hard challenge. And
Shoulder charge was more akin to another Friday night football that we're used to seeing, mate. We might have to start up our post-game wrap now, Tim, because as soon as full time goes, I'll be blaring that music again.
oh, they love it here, Weston. I think the Workers' Club will be pumping here later.
If they can find an equaliser, they'll be in for a big night. We see Weston play it forward now. Burston with the challenge. It falls to Hurley. I think he's got the keys, Hurley. He's got the keys to unlock the door. Comes back to Camper. Back to Hurley now. He's happy to go back to Jackson. Some patient play here from Weston. Camper again. Some fancy footwork from the young man. Tries to get to the byline. The ball's fired across, but it won't stay in play, and it'll be a goal kick to Hamilton Olympic. With about 3.5 minutes of normal time to go. They're trying their best to see this one out.
The disappointing thing for Weston, Dan, would be that in the first half, that would have been Jin Fu. He looked very dangerous, cutting inside, outside. And he just hasn't been able to find those sort of moments in the second half.
Hamilton, they made a change at half-time and they moved Marcus Duncan out to right back, and it looks to have paid dividends for them. So some good coaching there from Pete McGuinness. Oh, and there's another Falcon. That was side of the head stuff that time.
Anyone requiring last drinks, the bar will be showing in 2 minutes.
You see Turnbull win the header, although all he can do is put it in Cooper's path, and they're a chance here. Hamilton, they're on the break. Can they seal it? He gives it to Pettit. Pettit with the shot. Great save by the keeper. Esquilant gets down well to his right, and that was a glorious opportunity for Hamilton to wrap up the points.
Yes, he's done well there, the goalkeeper. 3-on-2, had plenty of options, Cooper, and Pettit's put him straight, well, not straight to him, but just to his side. He's made a great one-on-one save there.
And on any other night, Scott Pettit could have had a hat-trick, maybe should have had a hat-trick. Clock ticking up to 90 minutes. Morris is going to look to launch this one long. Does so. Nice defensive header, and the referee's found a free kick there against Hodges. The skipper coming up trumps in that battle.
Player of the game tonight, Dan, for you?
Oh, I really liked, Jared Sutherland's performance for Hamilton. Thought he was their best on ground. And I think Jin Fu is somebody to keep an eye on for the rest of the season too for Weston. I thought he was outstanding in the first half. Had a bit of a quiet second half, but they just haven't been able to find him, unfortunately.
Yeah, a few good performances tonight. I think Chris Hurley's been good in the middle of the park for Weston. He's tried all night. And look, yeah, Jared Sullivan. I've talked about him a lot tonight. He's been very good. That drop of the shoulder has certainly fooled a lot of players, and I'll certainly see him scoring some goals for the rest of the year.
We see Weston now with a opportunity. Wilson on the ball. He's impressed as well in his first outing for his new club. Nice little ball in behind, and Camper will be on side. Chance to measure the cross. The ball's in and cleared by the skipper again. Hodges. Camper now looked to go past his man and couldn't manage to do so, and Hamilton will dribble clear. Still going, Cooper. Lovely ball in behind. It's Beau McDonald with a chance to seal the points. On a little backheel from McDonald. He did all the hard work. Just couldn't find Pettit with the pass. McDonald on the ball again. You'll find McGuinness out there. Camper will play it into him, and it'll be a goal kick. So
end-to-end stuff here, Dan, in the last few minutes.
Well,
good viewing.
Hamilton have had chances to wrap this one up. Will it come back to haunt them? It certainly came back to haunt Weston in the first half when they were on top. Esquilant goes long. It'll fall to Camper out here on the left touch line. Jack Camper, that is, in the orange boots. guessing it's his brother Sam Camper out here on the right touchline. Turnbull picks it up. We're into stoppage time here. Turnbull sprays that one and to nobody really. They win it back though, and it's Wilson now. Oh, just can't find feet. And it's been turned over. A chance here. Pettit now. McDonald's offside. It's been intercepted by Jackson. A chance here for Weston to go forward again. We're nearly into the last chance saloon here. Hurley now. Ball into the box. Jin Fu is in and around there. He's won possession. He's got some shifty feet, Jin Fu. What can he create? He's found Wilson, has he? No, he hasn't. And a chance here for Hamilton to relieve the pressure.
Defended that well there, Hamilton. In the first half, they were diving in on Jin Fu. They stood him up there. And
there's players
well.
galore here. Cooper, can he get another touch? Oh, Weston managed to scramble back. It was 3v1 for a minute there. Be interesting to see how long the referee adds on. We've had a bucket load of players down with cramp. We've had a goalkeeper down with cramp. We're being told 2 minutes.
I think 2 minutes was the first cramp then.
Well, yeah, I think so as well.
I feel a little hard done by there, Weston, with the only 2 minutes going on the clock.
Well, at the moment, they trail 2-1. At the moment, it'll be Hamilton taking the 3 points and McDonald ghosting into the box with a glorious chance to finish it off once again. Just couldn't make true contact and keeps Weston alive in this one. But for how long? They go long through Snedden. It's up to Jin Fu, who can't get on the end of it. It'll be Cooper now. Hamilton have had numerous chances to close this one out. It's Koachi now. Can he get into the box? It was a loose touch. And it'll be Esquilant to clear long. That one's headed out by Hodges. The referee allows play to continue. He has a look at his watch. Turnbull gets it back from the throw. The ball's going to go route one here. Finds its way through to Hurley. Hurley with a, well, it looked like a mishit pass. Still going, Hurley.
Nearly tackled himself there, poor Chris Hurley on the edge of the box.
Turnbull under pressure. Manages to get rid of it. Camper to Jin Fu. Strong challenge there from Hamilton. That one a little too strong. There'll be a yellow ticket for the 18. And, well, this is last chance saloon stuff here for Weston.
We might see the goalkeeper come up here.
Well, Turnbull's hanging around about 40 yards from goal. He's decided to hang back. It looks like Camper's going to hang back as well. You'd think that you'd just be throwing numbers forward. (2-1) or (3-1), a loss is a loss.
We talked about the players for Hamilton that played well tonight, Dan. Kawachi's been pretty good. Struggled at the start, but he's come good. Scored a goal and had plenty of chances.
And that ball's cleared by Hamilton, and it's Scott Pettit on the charge. He's got McDonald streaking through the middle. What will Pettit do? He puts the ball into McDonald. Oh, and it can't find him. Thought maybe Pettit might have just put a foot on that one and taken it to the corner. Well, Tim, we've done our post-game wrap because the music will be blaring here right on full time. It's been an absolute pleasure calling this one with you for Bar TV. Make sure you tune in this weekend. There's a huge game on Sunday. You've got Edgeworth taking on Broadmeadow in the grand final replay. That'll be a big one.
It's been certainly a game of missed chances tonight. We've seen plenty of chances go astray, and hopefully later on through the season these teams will be putting them in the back of the net.
And that's the full-time whistle, and Hamilton do what they couldn't last year. They get off to a flyer. They take the 3 points here at Rockwell Automation Park, and they defeat Weston 2-1. Liam Wilson opening the scoring for Weston, and it was the import Shinichi Kawachi with the equaliser, and then Scott Pettit from the penalty spot. Thanks very much for joining us here on Bar TV.